at the Lincoln Party, we feel very much the same as in the panel, that the NHS should be free at point of use. We are very anti-privatisation, and we also, one thing that I'm very discouraged about is that comes back to figures and where immigration, I feel, does affect the health rates here, which is not being recognised, is that the Office of National Statistics lists the population of Boston and Borough Council and this area at 65,900, whereas the Office of National Statistics for the same area for the same period lists the GP registrations here at 79,112. Now that's a differential of 13,000 people that we're not getting funded for. Now I don't know about you, but it is rather difficult to get a GP appointment. And our GPs are doing a great job, but they're overworked. There are not enough of them. They're overworked and there are not enough GPs. And I think we need to have MPs who are actually going to demand match funding for the amount of people here. It's one thing saying that yes, we do need people here to work in fields, but we need the funding for them, and that's what we're not getting. And in the last terms of government, that hasn't been addressed at all. And I would certainly like to see a pledge around this table, certainly from the Conservatives, that actually we will actually get match funding, and they will come off the party line and actually demand that for Lincolnshire, for Boston Skegness.
I'd like to, there's a question from Anne Bell that hopefully will challenge your prioritisation.
My glasses on, sorry, you cut me out. Do you think that £1, that for every £1 spent on education, it is valued more highly than £1 spent on health?
I'm sorry, not based on fact, because I know the Conservatives are like, and I won't, when I campaign based on unfact, the Conservatives don't believe that, and I don't believe that, and my daughter is at a grammar school here, and and they're great things, but it's not a one cap fits all. And one thing anybody who's got children will know, I've got 3 girls, they're all wonderful, I'm bound to say that, and their mummy, but it's not a one cap fits all. It's not, you can't say, well actually all children should go to grammar school, all children should be, it's the right school, excuse me please, it's the right school for the right child. And what we do have in our education system that I'm proud of, because it is free at point of use, which not every place in the world is that we have a plethora of different schools, because children don't come as cardboard copies, they come as individuals. And I'm very proud to be British to say that our education does support that. I would like to see, obviously, smaller classes, more staff available, and especially in Boston, when I work with, with Park Academy, who have sometimes children who have 7 different nationalities, and they do a fantastic job under difficult circumstances. And the children there have inspired me, the fact that they produce so much in difficult circumstances. So wherever the schools are, we need to back them, we need to give them their support, and to give them as much funding as possible, but I just don't think it's as close right as that. So
Can we hear from Valentine? Valentine, you have a question on it? Thank you.
Mine's a 2-part question. How will the party handle EU migration into Boston and surrounding areas in the future? And what will the party do about the EU migrants that are here already?
Please, how should I kick us off?
Well, I don't think we'll cope very well without the infrastructure. I know there are exciting developments, and I know we've got the quadrant coming development and the new stadium for Boston. But no. Sorry, do beg your pardon. It's on the cards. So stand corrected. But most of the planning things that are coming for approval do include them in improving road structure and including infrastructure as well, of which I support that. But I think you're quite right that any development that happens in Boston must be matched with the infrastructure to go with it, because if we encourage more people to come here or more houses, there has to be the doctors, the places, the extra GPs, the extra funding in our health service to go with it. So I think you're quite right to point that out.
Super. Now to a slightly different topic, given that everyone here is hoping to be an MP, about the behaviour of MPs and their expenses. Stephanie Dipping, do you have a question, I believe, on that?
I too believe that politicians' expenses, you shouldn't claim expenses that are unnecessary, you should be open and transparent. I do believe that MPs are paid enough money. I think as the average wage in Boston Skegness is £16,300, then I think it's an insult to the people who live here if we said that wasn't enough to live on, because I think it is. I have worked tirelessly for 7 months here in every organisation that would have me. You are stuck with me, it's your prerogative to vote for me or not, but I will still be here, still working very hard in a community that I believe in, whether I'm voted in or not. And I would reiterate what Matt said, in as much as I feel everybody should vote. There are people in Africa who walk 20 miles in bare feet, who are hungry just for the mere chance they might be allowed to vote and not be shot. And I think that we owe it, the fact we have a choice and it is a gift. All I would say is read every manifesto carefully and don't give the gift away lightly, but you make sure you're informed, and thank you for listening.